Hi, I'm Jessica Balanoff, and welcome to my flipped classroom that centers on core strength. So, with our upcoming performances, it's time that we talk about the best ways to train and support yourself using your core as a performer. So, something athletes need to perform well is a strong core. We hear that word all the time. So let's talk about what it actually means, the human core, okay? So often when I ask students, where's your core? They point right to their tummy. And yes, while that is true, your tummy is a part of your core, that's not the only thing that your core consists of. There's a lot more to it. So let's actually take a look and break down what muscles make up our core.
The abdominals make up a large portion of the core. We have the rectus abdominis, where you might see your classic six-pack. And on either side of that, we have the obliques, both the internal and external obliques. So underneath all of that, we have the transverse abdominis, which is really the one we focus on in dance classes. Also important to think about in the core is the pelvis and the pelvic floor, which consists of a series of smaller muscles that are nestled in and around your pelvis and your hip bones. Okay, so behind your hips are your gluteus maximus and minimus and medius, and lastly, we want to consider your adductors, or basically your inner thighs. Okay, so working together, these are the muscles that make up your core.
Okay, you guys, so let's talk briefly about some ways that you can really exercise that core, okay, and target specific muscles, okay? So, sort of the classic is the sit-up, okay, but the full sit-up that starts in a reclined position and makes its way all the way up is actually there to target the rectus abdominis, okay, so this big one right here, okay? So you want to make sure you plant your feet firmly, come all the way back and all the way up, and then you want to repeat. Okay, while I'm up here, let's talk about crunches. Crunches actually are targeting the transverse abdominis, so kind of underneath. Okay, it's a slower, controlled movement, and you want to start all the way down, and really you're just lifting the shoulder blades up off the floor. You're not crunching your head, but you are using those muscles underneath, okay? And then when we think about the oblique muscles, okay, we need to think about twisted. So that's when you want to come about halfway down, somewhere where you hit sort of a challenging point, and you want to think about twisting, okay? So that's when we get in there. And this is really all about controlling it, okay? So really finding that muscle definition. Okay, so continuing on, beyond the abdominal muscles, what else is in our core? Our glutes, right, okay. So when you're thinking about working on your glutes, you want to distribute your weight really well, okay? So you want to maybe start in a tabletop position, lift that back leg, and just start with some kickbacks, right? So that's really important to develop those muscles, okay? When we move on to our adductors, those inner thighs, it's all about stability, okay? So you can think about doing some lunges and really squeezing in, okay? So when we come down, we're really squeezing those muscles. When we're thinking about it in dance, you can think about that classic plie, okay? Where all we're doing is squeezing those adductor muscles, really working on rotating, okay? So the last kind of core exercise we want to think about is one that incorporates everything, okay? And there's nothing better than your classic plank position, okay? So I'll just demonstrate it really quickly. It's as if you're going to do a push-up, but you're just going to hold it, okay? So you want to have your shoulders stacked above your wrists, okay? And you're sort of pressing into the floor, your feet are behind you, your heels are pressing back, and everything engages here. You may find that your body shakes a little bit, and that's okay. Shakes means something's happening. Okay, so that is the best total core you can really do to engage everything all together.
When your core is strong and supported, every single other body function will have increased power. When you're kicking a ball in soccer, making a jump shot in basketball, throwing a ball in water polo, or spiking a ball in volleyball, literally everything that we do in dance, everything works and looks better when you have a strong core. Okay, so as you continue to design your own fitness plan and train for your dance performances or get ready for a big game you have, it's important to put particular emphasis on your core exercises. So go ahead and visit my Edmodo classroom for links to other great core workout ideas. And in the meantime, happy sweating, everybody.